We're free! How good is this to be out and about, ladies and gentlemen? A very good morning to you all. I sincerely hope that today finds you well. On behalf of our fabulous vendors, the team at LLC and Lily Chen in particular, my name is Andy. I'd like to formally welcome you all to today's affairs. Thank you so much for following government protocols around COVID and all that sort of jazz. If you could make sure that you keep to those protocols, that would be very, very much appreciated. It is great to see you all here. Thank you so much for giving us your time and attention in advance. But for one of you, my gosh, that lockdown was well worth persisting with, because you'll get to be the purchaser of this incredible opportunity here at 1 Olinda Street in Glen, Waverley. Now, let us firstly draw your attention to the contract. You'll be pleased to hear it is crystal clear in its nature, as such is unconditional and has no calling off period. Path to ownership, rather straightforward, and provided you are our highest bidder over our vendor's reasonable reserve price, we'll ask you to do two simple things. Put pen to paper acknowledging the terms of the deal, of course, and pay that slender 10% of the final purchase price. Ownership officially yours in 60 to 90 days. Now, the land is described as Lot 2 on plan of subdivision 041582, volume 08166, folio 768. Amassing what is nowadays, my friends, a generous 768 square metres. Thankfully, though, it is known much more simply to you and I as 1 Olinda Street. Responsible authority is our great friends at the City of Monash, and the zoning is general residential. Now, the auction will be done in accordance with Schedule 1 of the Sale of Land Regulations 2014 and any other special conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of this call. Auction rules permit the making of vendor bids on behalf of the vendor, prohibits the making of vendor bids by anybody other than myself, at which point I will simply say vendor bid, and I'll indicate bids upon your kind request. A person cannot falsely claim or acknowledge that he or she made a bid, and the law prohibits a person from hindering bidding or causing a major disruption to the auction. We've had our lives disrupted enough, so I can't see anybody doing any of that. Now, I may make one or more bids on behalf of the vendor. I may refuse any bid. I may determine the amounts by which the bidding may be advanced. I'm doing that for your benefit, buyers. It's my job to put you in a strong position moving forward. I may refer the bid to the vendor before the conclusion of the auction. In the event of a dispute, I will simply resubmit the property for sale again at the last undisputed bid. Last 2 points, my friends, are really critical, so please pay attention. First thing, cannot accept any bidder offer for the property after it has been knocked down, unless, of course, vendor or successful bidder refuses to sign that contract following the auction. And finally, of course, we at LLC are not in the business of giving it away, so we've got ourselves a reserve. But given the nature of the market, my friends, and the nature of the opportunity, I should keep your eyes firmly fixed on making sure that you are the front runner. My friends, contracts, conduct, everything's been on display and available for the last few weeks. I'll assume that everything is read and understood unless I hear otherwise. Fabulous, 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 fabulous. Now, team, I think it's safe to say the last couple of weeks have been a little bit frustrating, right? How annoying is it to have our lives disrupted for things that are just simply out of our control? Now, if the last few weeks have taught us anything at all, is that we need to make sure we take advantage of every single moment while we can. And for you, good people, it starts right here. The timing of this development is absolutely tip-top perfect. If you take it on, you don't have to worry about the red tape. And the thing is, once you have developed it, those borders, immigration is much more likely to be in full flight. And these properties that have got plans and permits approved, they will be right up those alleys of those people coming in from overseas. Red tape is out of the way, my friends, so you don't have to worry about jumping through any of those hoops. You can simply start breaking ground and crack on. And the cool thing is with this one right here, opportunity to build a couple of 40 plus squares of townhome in a location that is the envy of the world. Even with all the Victorian palaver that's going on, Melbourne's still in the top 10 most livable cities in the entire world. And if anybody has any family or friends overseas, you can just ask them and they will tell you they would much rather be here. We haven't even talked about the school zones team. School zones add value. Glen Waverley Secondary School Zone adds that little bit more. Team, all the very best of luck. We've had enough time wasted by those that are in power. Let's just kick things off. Who wants to get things going? Hope you're going to offer for one Linda here in Glen Waverley.
1 million.
1 million? Is that for half of it, sir?
Well,
maybe. Which half would you like?
I like how it works. The firefights, what do you think?
Okie dokie, mate, no problem. $1 million flat. Let's start there, but I reckon we go in $100,000 rises from here. $1 million, we have got so much left in the tank. There should be someone wanting to put at 1.5, to be perfectly honest. $1 million, there's your opening gambit. I'll call it $100,000 rises at a minimum, though. We've got so much left in the tank for this one. And $1 million, it's a cheeky little entry, but it's an entry. And $1 million flat, who wants to say 1.1 now? Should be a no-brainer at 1.1. Should be a no-brainer at 1.5, to be perfectly honest. 1.1 million dollars is what I want to see. 1.1. $1 million is where I stay right now. I'm going to move things on if I need to myself. There's plenty of value left in this one. So much data to suggest that this one's worth, I reckon, almost all of that. I reckon $1 million is where we sit, though, team. 1.1 is where we need to go next. Once, twice. Going to move things on myself if I see no better bid. Twice. 1.2 better. 4. Hold on for a while. How long, sir? You just let me know. 1.2. We edged that a little bit closer to reality, but we're still a bit of a trip away. At $1.2 million, welcome in there, sir, at 1.2. Someone match him and go 1.4. That would be my suggestion. At $1.2 million, team. 1.4 is the next bid. 768 square meters with plans and permits approved for 40-plus square townhomes. In a locale like this, it just makes sense. And the thing is, team, there have been changes in legislation with regards to plans and permits and how they're being approved around here. These were set before those changes came through. I doubt that you would be able to do anything as profitable as this with the current legislation around plans and permits. I'm not an expert, but I know enough. 1.2. Once. 1.2, twice. Team, we've been sat on our backsides for the best part of 2 weeks. Let's not muck around and waste time any longer. 1.4, 1.3, 1.3, no problem. Welcome in there. Third face in the race at 1.3. 1.4, sir, or 1.5? 100 grand at this point. 1.3 sitting here. Minimum rise of 100K. 1.4 it is. 1.5. No, I've got to stick in hundreds, darling. We've been waiting for over 2 weeks to be out and about. I've had to put up with a 2.5-year-old that has been a royal pain in the arse. I can tell you that now. I'm not going to waste any more time. 1.5. Come along now. You know it's worth that and then. So we're not even near a quote range at this sort of level. Go 1.5 for me, my dear. Stay strong. Stay strong. 1.4 sitting here. I want to see 1.5 next. 1.4. Come on, let's go 1.5. It's worth every bit. You don't even need to pretend to be calculating anything, my dear, at 1.4. 1.5 makes sense every day of the week. At 1.4, once at 1,400,000, winner opportunity to get involved is firmly ajar, team. 1.4, twice. I'll tell you what, anybody that's waiting in the wings, they need to get involved now. 1.4 is where we sit, it's not where we stay. We're still south of a quote reach, team. Still plenty of fruit left in this one. $1.4 million it is. Want to see 1.5. Third call. Opportunity is a knock-in, team. 1.4. How are we doing there, sir? Are we coming back in? 1.4 it is, team. All done. Finished. Lily, any action over here at 1.4? All right, we'll go to 1.45. You've won this battle. Let's see who wins the war. 1.45 it is. Sir, I've been broken down into 50s now. 1.45. 1.5? Wrong answer. In a market like this, team, you just wait. All of the guys that I've been speaking to, gang, have been sick and tired of letting the world get stopped for them. They want to just rock and roll now. 1.45 with our team over here, our third place at 1.45, looking for an easy rise to 1.5, and it should be an easy rise at this sort of money. 1.45 team wants the call at 1.4 and 50. The fact that you can walk to the Glen shop, you can walk to the shopping centre team is an absolute no-brainer. Melview Primary School. You can get to Wesley College very easily from here. All of the educational facilities that you could possibly wish for, whether you're looking to build for yourself or whether you're looking to build to make money. Either way, it just makes sense. 1.4 and 50, so I'll take to 1.5 now. Once 1.450. Still stuck on Waverley. I've still got a right to bend or bid. Throw the cat amongst the pigeons. More than happy to. Twice. 1.450. Let's make a move now, gang. What are we waiting for? The next lockdown? I hope not. Third call. $1,450,000 team for 768 square meters of sheer bliss. Golden terra firma. In the absolute heartbeat of everything that we look for in an investment. 1.4 and 50, third call team. Where do we go? Let me know at 1.450 here, sir. 1.5. 1.5 it is. 1.5 it is now. Maybe work for it, but I appreciate it at 1.4, 1.5, 1.550. She lied to me before. I don't know if I can believe her anymore. At 1.5 it is. 1.5 it is here with my second runner at 1.5. 1.5 mil it sits. It's not where it stays at 1.5 dead centre now, team. Looking for another rise of 50. I'm still going to stay myself in my quote range, James. The quote range has been there all along. 1.5 is where it sits. It also sits in the Glen Waverley Secondary School zone, gang. I've got to reiterate it. People pay a lot of money to live here. So if you do to the development that's been permitted, those two townhomes are going to be worth a pretty penny. They'll be worth a pretty penny in this market. You just wait until immigration does open up. The economy's in a rush right now. Can you imagine what's going to happen when those borders open? It's going to be nuts. It is going to be insane. What's down at 1.5? The glasses seeing up, sir. Seriously, they do my head. These bastards, they do my head. Hey? Touche, sir. 1.5 mil, twice now. This is worth every single little bit of that and then some. This is about as hot an opportunity as it gets, gang. Twice at 1.5. Third time. $1,500,000 even money. 240 plus square homes, available plans and permits approved. No red tape to worry yourself with. No risk in that regard. You can just buy, settle, get yourself organized and rock and roll. 1.5 mil team. Last chance to dance at 1.5. 5-3. Jeepers. 5-3. And I still think we're south of our quote range. Yes, we are. 153. I'll entertain it though for the time being. 153, sir. It goes to 156 next. 153.6 here. 132. And now we've got a very nice, very short entry fee of 30 grand now, gang. I've made it very easy to get involved now. 153 at 6. What's at 1.53? I can't stress. Sorry? 5.5. 5.7. 5.7, yes. Is that a nod? Good. 1.6. 5.7, 6 here. 1.6. Don't look at them, look at me. I'm the only one with any control. 5.7, 6 here. 6. What's 1.57 over the road? 1.6. 6 it is. 62. Keep lying to me, dog. Good job I'm not easily offended. 1.6 in the lead there, sir, at $1,600,000, and we creep into our quote range at 1.6. All of a sudden, it gets a little bit more serious now, gang. 1.6. There are numerous sales in this vicinity, in this immediate vicinity, that would suggest that this is still very, very good money at 1.6. If you're bound by logic, the logic's telling you to buy this one right now. 1.6 team, what's the call at 1.6? Twice the chance to dance at 1.6 mil. Team, in a game of risk versus reward, the way that the economy's heading, that the interest rates, RBA have said they ain't moving it till 2024. The risk that you would potentially lose money is so minute as this one. Particularly when all of the paperwork's been done. It is no longer a risky risk. It is a very, very well calculated one. It's about as good as it gets, team. Twice now at 1.6. This has got to be worth more than this. I'm pretty confident it is. Third call, 1.6. We're at the 11th hour, ladies. What do we do? 1.6 mil. Don't get run over, Eric. There ain't no master that's going to stop that from hurting. 1.6 mil, team. Last chance to dance at 1.6. 1.62, ladies. It is so worth every single bit of it. Right. No, mate. We've got to go in 20s. We've got to go in 20s. We'll be here for another 2 weeks. Might as well lock yourselves down in here. Is it on the market? You would know if it was, my dear. We're at the bottom end of our quote range. We ain't there yet. Bottom end. Okay, 62. If you're going to go 10, you may as well go 20. If you go 10 here, he's going to go 10 very quickly. If you go 20, it might make him think a little bit more. I've only done this once or twice, if you can't tell. 1.6. I'm going for a 20k rise, team. I need a 20k rise, mainly because it's worth every bit of that. If I'm doing that, I'm shortchanging your ambitions, not mine. Stay strong, sir. Doing well. 62. You've got to go 62. If you go 61, you're just going to cost yourself more money. Smaller increments are a good sign for those you are competing with. Are we back in? 60 it is. 62. Got to go 62, Maria. Have to. All right, 61. 61. You just watch what happens next. Then I'll say I told you. 61. Over here. 1.61. 1,610. 1,610. Go 650. 1,610's over here. 1,650. 1,610 with my ladies dead centre now at 1,610. Who wants to come in and chip in with a cheeky 10k to get them in the groove? $1,610,000 is where it is right now, gang. It should not be where it stays. We're into the quote range now, team. So this is where we get serious. 1,610. Go 1,650, Lily. I reckon that will really put him in a strong position. 1,610, team. Once at 1.61. Twice to go at $1,610,000. What's his fun there? An easy peasy $10,000 rise. My gosh, should be a Mexican wave of hands at that sort of entry fee. Price to call at 1,610,000. Are we in or are we out over here, Lily? Yes or no? One behind you, went for over 1.8. Look at what you did. 62. 63. Let's get serious now. 62 over here. 1.62. 1.63. An idea? No. You're not doing that and then trying to give me 5. It ain't happening. It's not going to happen. I'm working with you. You've got to work with me now. 1,620,000 is over here. 163 is what I want to see next. At 1.62, it is against all of you. Winners over here at 1.62. Once. $1,620,000 of your finest Australian. Twice. 768 square meters of golden terra firma. Had a couple of people mention the tapered nature of the block. Well, that's another reason why those plans and permits are just a good thing for you. Because your architect doesn't need to have a headache over it. All done. And your architect would not have the flexibility that this one has either, given that they'd have to go through the process again now, given those changes to the permits that have come through recently. It's going to be harder. Price 1.62 with you, sir. 63. $1,620,000 then, team, for the third time of asking. Last chance to learn still at $1,620,000. All done, finished. Last chance saloon. Yes or no? All right, bear with me. Let me go speak to my vendor. I'll be back ever so quickly. Lily? Right, let's see. Strong discussions being had. We're not going to have any more vendor bids. We're not going to have any more discussions. If we see no better bid, we're going to negotiate with our highest bidder. End of. So now's an opportunity, team, because that right to negotiate, we've had 2 buyers in the crowd that are they've said to us, they're waiting to see if it goes on the market. They have. And the problem that I'll put you in now is the fact that if you don't bid, you will not get the opportunity to speak with a vendor who quite clearly, given the amount of time I was in there for, is keen to sell. If you don't put your hand up now, you will not win the right to negotiate with a vendor whose motivation is without question. 1620 is over here. I'm going to give you 3 chances, team, to win that right to negotiate. And I'm telling you now, your accountant will regret the fact that you didn't take that chance. Just by money, you will regret not taking the opportunity to negotiate. Here's your first chance. Right to negotiate is on offer. At $1,620,000, team. Twice. Right to negotiate is the best bit of legislation in the entire game, especially in a good market like this. I reckon that's the police chopper because this is a steal. Yep. $1,620,000. A raise of the hand puts you in a good position. Don't book around. If you don't win that right to negotiate, chances are you won't get to negotiate. That's a fact. $1,620,000. Are we all done? Finished. Ladies, are you sure you're going to let this thing go? Go another 10K. $1,620,000, team. Are we all done and finished at 1620? Happy to negotiate after the event. No more vendor bids from me. Last chance. Third call at 1620. Yes or no? If you don't bid now, you will not get to buy. And then you'll be out in amongst all of the crowd of buyers once again. Let's go. 1,620,000. Any action over the back there, Ricky? $1,620,000 there, team. All done, finished for 1 Alinda Street right here in gorgeous Glen, Waverley. All done and silent at 1620. Last chance. Time to negotiate. Well done. Happy to negotiate there, Lily. Yeah. $1,620,000 in team for 1 Alinda Street here in Glen Waverley. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. We're going to negotiate with our successful purchaser over here and bring this thing to a head. On behalf of the team at LLC, big round of applause for the big purchaser here who gets the opportunity to negotiate. Congratulations, time for the championship rounds. We're going to formally press pause on the process and put a sold sticker on in due course. All the best to my friends. Thank you so much for your bidding. We'll see you next time. Make sure you get in touch when you see the sold sticker so you find out how much it went for. All the best, gang. Thank you.